Thank you for coming back to the YouTube channel of the National Association of Flight Instructors. My name is Sarah Staudt. I'm the Program Development Manager here at NAFI, back with another regulatory and guidance update. If you aren't already a NAFI member, be sure to join us at nafimentor.org. NAFI memberships are what keep this content coming. You can save $5 on your new NAFI membership with the code REGSAVE5 at nafimentor.org. Links to all of the documents referenced in this video can be found in the show notes. Let's take a look at what's new for December 2025. First this month, we're taking a look at 2 MOSAIC-related advisory circulars. There's an FAA notice about DPE qualifications related to MOSAIC. And finally, a new option for Airman certification, the organization designation. First, we'll take a look at our MOSAIC-related advisory circulars. Updated on November 14th is Advisory Circular 6165 Kilo, Certification of Pilots and Flight and Ground Instructors. The highlights are the removal of the references to light sport aircraft and LSA, and an expanded section on sport pilots to conform with the MOSAIC rule. Also, it adds sample endorsements for night, controllable pitch propeller, and retractable gear aircraft. There's also a new explanation and sample endorsements for aircraft with simplified flight controls. The full list of changes can be found in Appendix B. A new advisory circular, and get ready for this, Advisory Circular 6146, Pilot Certification and Operations for Sport Pilots, Flight Instructors with a Sport Pilot Rating, and Simplified Flight Controls, was also published on November 14th. This 26-page document provides a well-organized, plain language explanation of the new sport pilot privileges and training requirements. Chapter 2 covers sport pilot general provisions, including design and performance limits and aircraft conformity requirements. Chapter 3 is a wealth of information on training, certification, and operational privileges. Chapter 4 digs into the training requirements for aircraft with simplified flight controls. There's also several pages of tables explaining a variety of certification scenarios for pilots seeking to operate an aircraft with a simplified flight controls designation. Now, keep in mind, aircraft with that designation are not eligible to even come to the market until July of 2026. And that's the absolute earliest we'll see them. So we still have a while until these aircraft are on the market and integrated into the training environment, but we can get a head start on understanding the guidance now. Up next is Notice 8000.387, Qualification of Designated Pilot Examiners in accordance with the MOSAIC Final Rule. This was also published on November 14th. This notice explains that sport pilot examiners and sport pilot flight instructor examiners will now be able to conduct practical tests in accordance with aircraft, quote, meeting the performance limits and design requirements of 14 CFR 61.316, end quote. The notice clarifies that examiners must be qualified to act as PIC of any aircraft in which they will be giving a practical test. These examiners may need additional training and endorsements before conducting practical tests in aircraft such as high performance or those with retractable gear or a controllable pitch propeller. Additionally, the notice states that each sport pilot examiner seeking privilege in an aircraft with simplified flight controls must be qualified in each make and model. Finally, the notice updates the examiner designation eligibility table to reflect references to 61316 and rotorcraft with simplified flight controls. Our last item in this video is a revision of FAA Order 8100.15. This is Revision Charlie. And this revision introduces a new type of organization designation, Airman certification. Now, organizations can be designated to conduct airman testing in much the same way aircraft parts and modifications organizations can certify parts as an organization. Becoming designated as an organization is a rigorous process that is only available to organizations that already hold a Part 121, 135, 141, 142, 145, or 147 certificate. This new option for Airman certification does not impact the existing DPE structure or authorizations. I'll include 2 links in the show notes for reference. One is the Federal Register notice, where you can see the FAA's response to the public comments, including those submitted by NAFI, and an additional link to the order itself. That's it for this time. Again, be sure to check the show notes for links to all of the resources for full details. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the NAFI YouTube channel to keep this content coming. And one final reminder to save $5 on your new NAFI membership with the code REGSAVE5 at nafimentor.org. We'll see you next time.